All right, do you ever feel like in your life you're just going through the motions? I mean, join the club. One of the biggest things that causes discontentment with life for men is just kind of the monotony of the day in, day out grind, right? We get up, today is just like yesterday like the day before, and we don't have much of a vision that tomorrow's going to be any different. And before long, we're starting the year over, right? This year's gone, and we've got those New Year's resolutions that are the same ones that we said last year, and we're committed that this is going to be our year, right? In a 2018 article in the New York Times, it cited that research has shown that only 25% of adult men feel a sense of purpose in their lives. Think about that. 1 in 4. 25% feel a sense of purpose. I mean, what's going on there? So let me go ahead and put both hands in the air. I've struggled with it for sure. I mean, 27 years ago, I found myself with a stress-induced alcohol and drug addiction because I had no purpose in my life other than the drivenness towards my professional and financial success. Truth is, too many men in their career, it's just a job that they settle for, and it is not part of their life's purpose, yet it consumes all of their waking and most of their sleeping hours. Think about that. Most men go to a job that they don't even like, that consumes most of their time, and we wonder why discontentment with men is so huge in our world today. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 puzzle pieces that will help you in your quest to discover more purpose in your life. But here's what you have to understand. Discovery is a process. So before we get started, let me tell you, while we all want to see clearly what our life's purpose is, right? Understand these 2 things. Number 1, the first step in discovering what it is to quit settling for what it's not. And number 2, discovering your ultimate calling, your ultimate purpose in this life is a process and is rarely an instantaneous moment. I'm going to tell you, I've been discovering mine for the better part of 3 decades now. So stick with me. Here we go. Welcome to Masculine to the Core and the Man in the Arena podcast. My name is Mark Mascola. I'm grateful to be here and grateful you are here as well. You are a man who is on the quest to become more God-centered and fulfillment-driven. You, my brother, are in the right place, and now is the right time. If you haven't yet, I invite you to step into the arena and subscribe. And as always, check the links in the description for stuff you won't find here on the channel. Buckle up. Here we go. All right. So again, discovering more purpose. It's a process where you have to play the long game. And while we all want to have it figured out today, I know for me, my process has changed over the years. First, I was going to be the greatest real estate developer and general contractor that ever lived, right? That was my goal. I was success driven. I was focused on just that thing. Then it came to where I was coaching and mentoring men in recovery from addiction. I was in what I discovered there was I wasn't helping men fix their addiction. I was helping them fix their life. And being successful in recovery was the result of fixing their life. And long-term recovery from addiction is the result of fixing your life. But then I figured out that the things that I was coaching and mentoring men in recovery with was the problems that all men face. So my purpose today has, it's kind of transformed into helping 35-year-old men not make the mistakes that I made and helping 60-year-olds fix the ones that they had. The whole process for me today is to help men understand how to become more God-centered and fulfillment-driven. So let me tell you, discovering purpose, it requires a commitment. It requires a disciplined commitment. It requires optimism. It requires a belief that there is something bigger than just the world, the small world that we live in our independent world, that we're part of something much bigger than ourselves. It requires resilience. It requires mental toughness. Discovering purpose in your life, you're going to bump into lots of roadblocks. There's going to be twists and turns. It's never a straight line from here to there. And it requires a willingness to do what most men won't, to have what most men don't. Most of all, it requires a course adjustment. It requires discovering more purpose in your life, requires you to pivot from being just successful in your professional career and your finances that we all focus on. You got to understand, a man's core desire is not the word success. Yet it is the marker with which society judges a man. How successful is he in his professional life? A man's core desire is not success. It's not more power, although we all want more of both. It's the word fulfillment. Discovering your purpose begins with you understanding the core desire of every man is the word fulfillment in its three interdependent parts: personal fulfillment, professional fulfillment, and spiritual fulfillment. Let me tell you, you have an earthly journey. What you do here on this earth in your allotted time here matters, but you also have a kingdom assignment. God put you on this earth to do something powerful with your life. So that leads me to puzzle piece number one. That's what we're going to talk about. Quit settling for things as they are. Before I go any further, if you're ready to take the first step to becoming more fulfillment driven, I created a free resource called the Power Number Life Assessment. It's the first step to discovering more purpose in your life. Again, quit settling for things as they are, but what you have to do is understand it's about taking a snapshot of where you are, taking an inventory of the things that you have, where you are in your life. About transforming your life is about taking an honest, non-judgmental appraisal of where you are, what your strengths are, what you value in life. And I've created this free resource. Again, you can get it free. If you're listening to this by audio, I'll put it in the description. If you're watching this on a video, just comment the word power number. And I'm also going to give you the first section of the audio book, Masculine to the Core, the new book that's out. I'll give you it for free as well. So if you're ready to quit settling for things in your life as they are, go take that free assessment. I can promise you, it'll help you discover more purpose in your life beginning today. So, puzzle piece number one, again, quit settling for things as they are. Your higher purpose will never be found inside your comfort zone. Your higher purpose will rarely be found in times of ease and comfort. Personal, professional, and spiritual growth is the foundation of discovering purpose. Settling for where you are, you will never discover your higher purpose for your life. Puzzle piece number two, you have to commit yourself to self-mastery. You will never master your life until you first master yourself. Self-mastery comes from understanding your core strengths, the ones that you have, and the ones that you need to develop. Every decision that we make in life as men is based on our value system. We have to understand our values. Discovering purpose will be part of you honoring your core values. Understand this. You will need to discover your true identity, the man God created you to be and to become, before you'll ever discover the higher purpose for your life. That's why, when I'm talking to men about their higher purpose, our first step is to always help them go through our faith-based personality course so they can discover their core strengths, their core values, the things that they honor, that they know about themselves, and the things that they need to discover about themselves, because that's the first step to discovering more purpose. Number one, assess where you are. Number two, commit to self-mastery. Number three is take personal responsibility. Take personal responsibility for where you are. You are there because of decisions you have made or not made, but you have to be grateful for where you are, because taking the next step in your life and discovering more purpose is always about being grateful for where you are. Remember, gratitude, I talk about it in the book, Masculine to the Core. Gratitude is the great multiplier in our lives. You'll never discover your higher purpose if you are a victim and you're blaming someone else for all of your problems. You are where you are because of decisions you've made or perhaps not made. This is your life. You have to take personal responsibility for creating the one you want instead of thinking someone or something else is holding you back. This is you versus the man you are committed to becoming. Number 4, believe there is a higher power that created you with and for a higher purpose. One of the greatest missteps any man can have is to discount his part in God's story. Again, earthly journey, kingdom assignment, God has a higher purpose for you. Again, play the long game. Be optimistic. Optimistic is a strength. It's a core strength that some of us have it, some of us need to develop it. Know that no matter how many adversities you face, there is a higher power who created you, again, with and for a higher purpose. You are not here, my brother, by accident. Hebrews 12:1, let's jump to the word here real quick. Hebrews 12:1 tells us, let us run with perseverance the race that is clearly marked out for us. That's telling me I have a higher purpose in this life, and so do you. 2 Timothy 1:6, for this reason I remind you to fan into flame the gifts of God that are within you. Jeremiah 29:1, for I know the plans I have for you, to prosper you, to give you hope, which is the foundation of the word optimism, to give you hope for the future. And number 5, puzzle piece number 5, choose to purposefully become a man of impact. Discovering purpose in your life is a choice to first be a man of impact. Who you are in private is where it begins. You have dark corners in your life that you need to shine some light on. I'd start right there. Your example in who you are in your personal, professional life, that is the first part of becoming a man of impact. Be a man who is a powerful example of God working in, with, for, and that comes to the last part, most importantly, through. Be a guy that picks up the piece of paper in the parking lot instead of walking over it. Be the guy that pushes the grocery cart back into the rack that someone just, left out there. Be the guy that is the example for his sons. Hold the door, take a few minutes. Be the man that God created you to be and to become. Not because you're expecting a parade, but because it's the right thing to do. And understand that discovering more purpose in your life, every one of us has 2 main purposes. Number 1, to live a life that honors God. I'm going to say that again. Our number 1 purpose in life, and this is in discovering more purpose. If you'll do this today, ask in every area of your personal and your professional life, is the way I'm living my life, is this the life that is honoring my Creator? And number 2, be of service to others. Now, that can be philanthropic service. It can be stuff that you get paid for. I do lots of stuff for free. I do lots of stuff that I charge money for. But understand, finding and discovering your purpose, live a life that honors God, and then be of service to others. So again, the 5 pieces of the puzzle: quit settling for things as they are, commit to self-mastery, take personal responsibility for your present moment so you can take personal responsibility for your future, believe in yourself, have an internal validation versus seeking external validation in everything we do, and be a man of impact. So that's it for this session of the Man in the Arena podcast. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. You absolutely deserve it. Bye for now.